Today, we're going to explore a corner of the internet that honestly feels like a public fever dream. It's called Hive1.net, and it's one person's massive, sprawling attempt to connect everything. We're talking local politics, alien conspiracies, simulation theory, and even a roadmap to utopia. It is a wild journey, so let's just jump right in.
Right off the bat, before you've even seen the homepage, you're hit with this challenge. It's not a welcome sign, it's a test. It's asking you to prove you're not a bot, to show some sign of humanity. This really sets a strange, almost paranoid tone for everything that follows.
So how do we even begin to navigate this place? Well, let's start with the most grounded part of it, the idea of the hive. Before we get totally lost in space, we'll take a look at how the project tries to build a real-world community and spark some grassroots activism.
At the very heart of this community-building effort is this concept, the General Assembly. Now, this isn't just some message board. It's designed to be a structured, egalitarian process built for collaboration. You can really see the influence of movements like Occupy here. The goal is a completely flat, non-hierarchical space for making decisions.
And the goals for these assemblies? They are incredibly ambitious. It's not just about discussing things online. It's about, retraining humanity to cooperate. The ultimate purpose is nothing less than making the world a better place, one conversation at a time. It's a very optimistic, very action-oriented foundation.
And this isn't all just abstract philosophy either. The discussions can get surprisingly practical and super local. I mean, one minute you're talking about saving the world, and the next you're in a thread debating how to make your local city council meeting more efficient.
But then, just as quickly as it zooms in, it zooms way out. You go from local politics to these massive geopolitical thought experiments, like California seceding from the US. This is really our first taste of the site's incredible range, jumping from the microscopic to the macroscopic in a single click.
And then you see this. This is the exact moment the rails just come completely off. This single question perfectly captures the jarring, almost brilliant weirdness of the site. In the span of, 2 clicks, we've gone from city council minutes to alien Bitcoin speculation. Okay, this is where things get truly strange.
So hold on tight. We are now officially heading deep, deep down the rabbit hole. That practical community-building stuff, it's still there, but now it's all interwoven with this deep and incredibly detailed exploration of non-human intelligence. So let's talk about the alien question.
What's kind of clever here is how this site tries to build legitimacy. It doesn't just invent theories out of thin air. It creates this historical through line, connecting modern UAP reports all the way back to these ambiguous accounts from ancient historians like Plutarch. The argument being made is basically that this has always been happening.
And it's not just aliens in general. Oh no, it gets incredibly specific. The site presents a whole catalog of different species, pulled from decades and decades of UFO lore. You've got your classic greys, the almost human Nordics, the creepy mantids, and of course, you have to have the reptilians. It's all laid out like some kind of cosmic field guide.
But where are they from? Well, the site doesn't just assume they're from other planets. That's the standard ET theory. It also dives really deep into this ultra-terrestrial idea, which is, what if they're from Earth, like an ancient, hidden civilization that's been here the whole time? So one theory is about visitors, the other is about neighbors we've just never met.
And this quote just brilliantly illustrates the worldview being built here. It's not some dry theory. It's a grand cosmic drama. It frames Earth as this pivotal, contested territory in a galactic conflict, a hotbed of spies, refugees, and warring factions. It's so cinematic.
But it doesn't stop there. Of course not. Because the aliens and the cosmic wars, they're just one layer of this narrative onion. The next layer goes even deeper, questioning the very nature of reality itself. The big question becomes, is any of this even real?
The site then turns the question directly to you, asking you to essentially choose your own reality. It presents these 4 narratives not as facts, but as possible frameworks for your own existence. So, which one is it? Are you the human, the program, the player, or just confused?
And again, this isn't just philosophical navel-gazing. It's connected to genuine scientific puzzles. The site brings up the famous observer effect in quantum physics, where reality seems to literally change just by us looking at it, and it's presented as potential evidence that our world might be rendered on demand, just like in a video game.
This right here, this quote is the key.
It really feels like the central thesis of the entire Hive 1 project. In a world where we can't be certain of anything, the most important thing we have is a good story. And this entire website is just one massive exercise in building one of those compelling narratives.
And it leaves you with these really profound questions, like this one. It's directly challenging you to think about the implications. I mean, if this is all a game, do the developer's intentions really matter to you, the player?
So where does all of this lead? I mean, we've gone through local activism, alien conspiracies, and simulation theory. Well, the ultimate goal is surprisingly concrete and, once again, deeply optimistic: building utopia.
And this isn't just some hopeful wish. The site lays out an actual 4-step plan. And look how it ties everything together. You start by acknowledging the aliens, then you establish diplomatic relations, then you use blockchain to fund a UBI for all beings, and you cap the whole thing off by building a new reality in the metaverse. It's nothing if not comprehensive.
You really have to admire the sheer scale of the ambition here. This project isn't just for some niche community on Earth. The stated goal is to be a platform for every single conscious being, everywhere. I mean, it's universal in the most literal sense of the word.
And through all the weirdness, this spirit of defiance, this activist core, it's always there. This quote brings it all right back home. Whether you're facing down a city council or a reptilian overlord, the message is exactly the same. Refuse to yield.
And we end where the site leaves us, with this final, provocative question. It perfectly frames the entire project, doesn't it? Hive 1 is just one person's incredibly detailed answer to what they believe but can't prove. Which, I guess, leaves us all to wonder. What's ours?